Guess what? Today, Ditty starts with an alligator in our backyard. Let me see if we can get him. Yeah, that sun's so dang bright. Can you see him? He's right there. Little bitty baby alligator, which grows into big, bad alligators, which I don't like. Well, I don't know if I got him. He just now popped up. Came swimming up, so I thought maybe you'd get a look at him. But today's ditty, I'm going to finish up with my buddy Les Watt. Yeah, I got to finish him up. You know, being in a neighborhood and living in a little old town of Winchester was great. But I couldn't get a bicycle. They never did get me a bicycle. So I had to borrow my sister, who was 3 years older, and I had to borrow hers, her big Swin 26-inch. It was a girl's bike, and I could ride it a little bit, but I wasn't that great. It was very difficult for me to even reach the handlebars and the pedals at the same time. I ate more concrete than riding around upright on the dang thing. Well, I had plenty of scrapes on my legs and arms to prove it. It was not great. I always wanted to go and play with Les as soon as I got up and had my cream of wheat. The adventures were new each and every day. Something unexpected usually was planned by him. Tom Sawyer and even Huck Finn and Tom in Hannibal, Missouri, had nothing on us. We did it all. Now this morning was going to be a little bit different and special. He told me to ride my sister's bike down the hill. I lived a couple of houses away. And he would be Gene Autry, his favorite cowboy. And of course, I would be Roy Rogers, my favorite cowboy. After all, Roy had 2 guns compared to Gene's 1. That's right. And I had Trigger, the Palomino, the beautiful Palomino Trigger. And Gene did have a beautiful horse named Champion. Today's activity was going to be a rope. Les had him tied perfectly in like a slip knot. And we were going to lasso each other off of these bicycles. Well, I thought, man, this is going to be pretty neat. So we start out, and he says, Tom, you go first. So I did. I guess we're going to be the Will Rogers of the neighborhood and play acting like Gene Autry and Roy Rogers. Well, he rode around in his bicycle, and I tried to lasso him, and I couldn't. And it was a circle right out there on Jefferson Street. And he'd ride in these little circles, and I couldn't lasso him. I couldn't do it. So I tried that about 3, 4, 5 times. I just couldn't do it. So he says, all right, my turn. Well, that was not good, because I'm riding in circles, and the first circle and pass, bang, right around my neck. He puts a perfect loop around my neck and pulls me down. And the bike comes tumbling down, and here I am, bike falling on top of me, a little first grader, no bigger than a thimble, and boom. Here I am, bleeding from the knees, bleeding from the shoulder. But worse than that was he dragged me intentionally for a few feet. Now that was uncalled for, even though he's my idol and we're buddies. He had to put a little extra into it. I am furious. I get up, bleeding, take the rope off around my neck, throw it down, walk up a block, top of the hill, walk in. Mom sees me walking in. I go right to the kitchen, get this big butcher knife. It's real old, one of those real old ones, you've probably seen them. And I grab it and walking out with it sticking straight up in my hand. And Mom said, "Where are you going?" And I said, "I'm going down to kill Les Watt." And she looks at me and says, quote, "Well, make sure you get home for supper." So I steamroll down there looking for Les, can't find him, and I'm pissed. Well, today's Moto Minute was to try to show you that alligator, and I am going to try. I don't know if you can see him, but he's over there, and you know what? We got him right here in this little pond of ours. One's about 8 foot, and there's a little baby, and then another little baby. But the other day I saw a couple of them over on the other pond, on the other side of where we live, Linden. There is a little baby alligator, so they'll be floating around there for long. But you know the good thing about an alligator? They don't eat much, and they only eat, supposedly, once a month. I guess if they get a good big meal. That's it for today. Moto Ditties. This is the Moto Man. Over and out.